For staying with us. We are joined now by Ambassador Emmanuel. I'm trying to pronounce your second name very properly. Mario, yes. Mario Emmanuel is a security expert, and he would be lending his voice to some socio-political issues on the program this morning, focusing on local government autonomy and the issues around it right now. First of all, I want to say a big thank you for the sacrifice for coming so early this morning. But let's begin by asking, now the federal, we're hearing from the news out there now that there seems to be some understanding between the federal states and the local governments. That's the saying, look, we know for a fact that there's a Supreme Court verdict saying that autonomy has now been accorded the local government system. However, can we have a 3-month moratorium to allow us, set some things in place, some sort of operational issues, address them and so on and so forth, so that salaries and overhead costs generally are also not impacted in ways that are adverse? What are your thoughts exactly?
Firstly, I want to say congratulations to Nigerians because the local government autonomy is not about those in power. It is about those in the grassroots. It is about development now coming from the particular office that is in charge of their people in local settings. Now, if there can be any effective and a holistic development, it will come from local government, it will not come from the federal. In the time past, different federal constituency projects has been awarded to Senate, House of Rep. Of what impact has their project be to the development of their immediate community and constituents? So, but the local government autonomy will not give the local government executive chairman power to say, I want to construct the farm roads where both farmers and market women will benefit from. I want to construct roads within communities that will make them comfortable to be in their place, or those that don't travel home we now a kind of feel there is good road in my place. I cannot come home with my friends. You see, the local government autonomy is beyond the monetary aspect that many Nigerians are looking at.
Right.
That now the local government will be having a very huge allocation that the governor cannot tore into. Beyond that, we are looking at the benefit, the dividends that the people will now enjoy. That instead of 100% that ought to come to local government, the state governors will now push 40%. Now, the local government will now have power over the 100%. It is now at the discretion of the local government executive chairman to now a kind of feel if I can give 20% or 30% to the governor, but at his own detriment, because the local government executive chairman will be answerable to whatsoever finance money that come to his jurisdiction. Not the state governor responding. Then the state governors on their own, they have been milking the local government for years. And that is why you see most of them did not embark on election, having executive chairman in their local government. They only have caretakers, transition chairman, some for years. No, at the end of the day, you see them a kind of nominating those that are loyal to their directives and instruction. For the fact that a governor picked you and said, you are the one I want to use as local government transition chairman or local government caretaker chairman, you already know that whatsoever he gives to you at the end of the month is what you take.
Because he puts you there. Don't you think he has self-entitlement?
And you know, this has actually cost us the pain of the unemployment, decadence in our political activities that now lead to the cry of the end bad governance that we just had as of recent. Now, if the local government autonomy, if the federal government is holistic in the next 2 calendar years, which is 24 months from now, you will see Nigerian government working effectively and now a kind of regaining back his place of glory within our counterpart, either in Africa and the world at large. Because the local government autonomy will now become competitive, that every local government will want to outshine his own neighboring local government to see that I am doing well. And this will now kind of bring the competitiveness between people who want to retain power again. They really want to kind of embark on programs and projects that will be people driving, will be problem solving. And from there, people will now feel, okay, we can still send you to go and represent us in the higher seat again. So it will become more competitive than what we are having now, as at the moment. But this, I must say, that our governors should toe the path of the people. Our governors should toe the path of the people, because the people really need the local government autonomy. Now, yes, some of them are beginning to kind of, because they have seen that there is no way they can escape from it. So some of them are actually kind of looking for a soft landing. My brother, it does not take a month to put the house in order and say that, okay, we are switching into action, that the autonomy should take effect.
I'm sure Juma has a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Now, for someone out there who is wondering, what is this all about? We see the tussle back and forth. We've been going back and forth with this for a while now. Now, why is it that local government autonomy is important in our democratic system? Just break it down to us a tiny bit.
Why it is important is because governance will now be more effective. Decision making will not be coming from the state government. The executive elected local government chairman will now have power on his own to do the will of his people, not following directive and instruction of what you should do for your people by a particular set of cartels who place you there. Now, it will also make our local government election to be more competitive, whereby brains that has something to offer will not be the kind and type of people that the citizens, the locals, will now kind of be voting for beyond the party line. Because a situation whereby the local government now has her autonomy, the people will now be at liberty to even go beyond party line. And they will not be looking at who is the person that can actually kind of bring the redevelopment that we need. There are some local government, what they need is good road.
Right.
And when they have good road, I'm telling you, business activities in that place will boom. The revenues that will be generating in that local government will be enough for them to kind of do other things that could actually showcase their local government among their counterparts within the country and within the state. So now, the importance of this is not, just like I said, it's not just for the politicians, but for the people. Because for years, we've been clamoring for this. Even during my student union days, when I was the youth council local government coordinator of my local government, it was part of the clamor that we had as at then. Because I had this drive in me that the governor cannot continue to dictate how the money that comes to my local government should be spent. No. The local government chairman has his role, the state assembly has its role, then the governors and his cabinet has their role. So leave the local government chairman to take care of the funds that comes to the local government, and this will now help the local government executive chairman to perform at his own best. But in a situation whereby you are supposed to receive 100 million, you are getting 30 million. You end up just setting 1 or 2 person there, you keep the money.
I want to ask you something quickly, right? Because this conversation has its own systemic angle to it. There's the call now, and that call seems to have become louder in the last couple of weeks, saying that going forward, local government, governors should be stopped from, or prohibited from coordinating, or if you like, conducting elections for local governments. Of course, we know as it stands today, every state across this country has state independent electoral commission where the governors hold sway. That's one argument. The second argument is on account of the fact that governors have always determined who becomes the chairman of a certain local government as an executive. Autonomy is just one angle. The real angle is that governors can still decide who emerges as the flag bearer in whatever party, and then who eventually comes out as the local government chairman. So there's going to be some sort of off-the-record arrangement for the chairman to still have kickbacks sent to these governors. You already made that clear by saying that the local government chairman will be accountable for whatever funds come to them. How easy or otherwise will it be, this is my question, for us to have a system where the governors are totally extricated from the process that produces local government chairman?
Now, it is very easy. I remember one of my comrades, we call him Okere because he contested from Okere party during Mimiko. He was the only,
Ondo State.
Yes, he was the only councillor candidate that did not win from Labour Party. And he has that charisma. He's grassrooted. And he felt, I can win this election.
Because Mimiko at the time was a Labour Party governor.
Exactly. So
first term.
So he is the only councillor that won from opposition. Now, you see, the era we are going now, going forward, is the era of people now getting to understand that we need people who have something upstairs to offer. Now, beyond that, coming to your question, you see, the state electoral ODEC, like in Ondo, we call them ODEC, who conduct local government election. Yes, agreed that because the governor is the one that budgets the finance of that agency. The governor finance them, the state finance them. It goes a very long way to create lacunas, to kind of give the ruling party of that state edge. But yet I will say this, that it is good, and it will be good that the national, the INEC, should be the one to conduct local government election. In the sense that, if you look at whatsoever that have been placed in the hands of state government in the time past, like the local government election in the time past, you get to discover that it has always been in the chamber, that it is only those who are loyal to the government of the day and to the party that comes on board. So now, it will now help the general people. If the local government election is conducted by INEC, I'm telling you, a lot of ruling party candidates will lose at the level of the state. That's it.
Has INEC really shown that example, given what we have seen with the general election cycle in this country?
Yeah. Now, if you look at the last general election, you discover that if the beavers has worked, has pronounced by INEC, we don't have where we are.
Again, that's a conditional clause. The question is, why didn't beavers work?
That and the thing, INEC has come out to say that they do not have resources to actually conduct the local government elections. Previously, that was what they mentioned, and they said.
But now they're already, now they're already coming on board.
Exactly, they are.
And the chairman has even said, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu has said that they can conduct the elections. All they have to do is for government to make the resources
available for them.
So, and this will really go a very long way. And this is where even the government will now know who is who. Either their party A or party B is the one leading. And this is where you now see people coming independently to come and contest without inducing anybody with money. But based on track record, you see them flying their tickets within their local government, either at the level of chairmanship or councillorship. In their different
I guess Juma wants to jump in.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Murray. I know, like I've mentioned before, we've gone back and forth with this local government autonomy, and of course, everyone knows, of course, the local government chairman themselves, they know that this is the right mode. This is how it should go, because they are like the mouthpiece of the indigents, the individuals in that particular local government, they are the ones that will come out and tell you what they face when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to education, when it comes to, like you said, there are places, or it wasn't our first guest that mentioned that if you go to some local government areas, there are grasses, bad roads, and all of that.
With next to no human presence.
With next to no human presence. But looking at it critically, is it going to be smooth sail, or what are the challenges associated around this local government autonomy to these local government chairmen?
Now, the truth remains that a local government where the governor dictates what happens, you have less development in such a place. I will use my local government as an example. Most of the communities in my place don't have good roads. And not that Ondo State is not getting money. Ondo State is getting money. But it's painful that those that ought to a kind of come out to speak for these projects to be looked into only bids for what they will get for their different serves. And that is why every state governors and local government chairmen, immediately they are mad, they should look beyond party lines and bring stakeholders together. My governor did something on those states 3-4 days to the preceding the protest.
Governor Lokia,
yes, exactly. And he brought all critical youth stakeholders in Ondo State together. Either you are PDP, you are APC, you are Labour Party, whatsoever you are, in as much you are a critical stakeholder in the state. He brought everybody together to discuss a way forward for the state. And that brought a solution of no protest in Ondo State. Some persons were saying he induced with money. He gave nobody money. He gave nobody money. So what he did was to a kind of leverage on the pedigree of youth leaders in the state and reach out to them that we should not join others to set our state ablaze. Yes, things are not working, but let us see how we can intensify effort to quickly fast track supporting the young people and also look at businesses. And a lot of ideas have been created already. One youth, one skills. And the training has started already by the state governor, sponsored by the state governor. There is another project again for the farmers, young people into farming. And each person will be getting 1 million. Either you are going into cassava farming, you are going into maize farming, you are going into yam farming, whatsoever farming you want to go into, that has to do with within 6-7 calendar months, that harvest will begin to come out. You know, money are being given out to these young people already, which I am aware of. Right. So if other governors, we have this kind of heart to be holistic and sincere, to and be intentional with whatsoever they say, it will go a very long way to assist the local community. I still remember a lot of local government representatives who came, speak about the challenges of their local government, and the governor himself was noting it down. And as I talk to you, like at the level from my own place, the governor noticed on certain things, and I was called about 4 days ago, and the person interviewed me on 1 or 2 things, that what do I think the government can do in my local government. So all this will really help, that if the local government should look beyond party line, bring technocrats together, patrons together to discuss challenges and solutions, it will really help to fast track development, and there will not be need for protests, for riots, for blocking of roads in the name of end bad governance.
All right, I have 2 questions in one.
Okay.
Now, let us look at the educational background of these local government chairmen. And for some, they will say the reason why these governors always interfere is because they do not understand the bulk or the weight of how the local government is being run. Now, my second question, first of all, the educational background one. Now, the second question is, these local government chairmen, now that they have the autonomy, the 3 months that we're going to look at, do they understand their function? Do they understand the weight of the plight of these individuals without going outside the terrain of the Constitution and all of that? Do you think they understand? Because you made mention, now with this election, there's going to be a lot of brains, like you mentioned, coming in. Now, let's talk about the educational background first of these local governments.
Now, in the time past, the governors and the stakeholders within the party will look at those they feel they can control, who does not understand the terrain of governance, and using the civil servants, either the accountant of the local government and other, using them as a bit to run some certain
local government administration.
Exactly.
So use them to run some certain dirty job. But the fact remains that we are now outgrowing that level. You see, before now, a lot of young people were not informed that they can actually lead. A lot of young people were not informed. So until they begin to see their counterpart from other states, you know, I will also use my state as an example. My governor, 40% of his cabinet as of today are young people within the age of 25 to 45. Young people, and in the next couple of weeks, he's still going to rule out some appointment for young people again, as SSAs of different.
But the citizens are political because elections are in November in those states.
Yeah, but the truth is,
we've seen it in Rivers, we've seen it in Edo.
Yeah, no, yes. but the truth is this: that the truth is that this will actually help these young people to also now get involved and understand what governance is.
Before they get discarded after elections.
Yes, exactly. Now, but the fact is this, that would have ended up building their profile too.
Right.
Then that would have also exposed them on the capacity they have. You see, there are some person, they have capacity in them. Something need to stir them up. They need something to ignite that in them. They have not gotten that ground to leverage on. Now, some of them can now leverage on the ID card and the appointment letters to now begin to think outside the box. Before now, they will be thinking of how to get 100,000 from politicians. But now they will now be looking at how can I bring something back home?
Right.
How can I become a voice that will make the governor know that I have capacity to be appointed in the next administration? Ability to deliver. Some of us, when we're young, we never had that idea that I can be able to change narrative. So until we begin to see others do, then we felt, no, let us come on board, we can also do same.
But was the opportunity there, though, for you to come out to have that narrative in your mind?
Yes, the opportunity are there is because some of our uncles who felt the young people are threats to them, immediately they come on board, coming out with new ideas. We are in the era of technology. Some of them doesn't have it. Okay. And that was part of what affect the educational background we are talking about.
Yes.
Because most of the local government chairmen as are today, drop system before them. They have nothing
to offer
because they don't know how to navigate. But young people can navigate. They know how to actually use the local government to navigate international opportunity. As local government, but all this our uncle who were there before now does not know that as local government executive chairman, if you have good mineral resources within your local government, you can get document from state government and federal government and go outside there and look for partners.
It sounds very impressive and courteous when you refer to them as uncle. But then, that's where we're going to leave this conversation. Mario, Emmanuel, thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the time. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's hit another break. The last on the program today. Then our third and final conversation is up ahead. Stay with us.